Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Living with the Classic. I'm about to go and film a video that you probably will have already seen because I think it will be released before this. Which is, I'm about to go drive a Mark II, a lovely old Mark II Jag. Very excited about that. It's a beautiful, beautiful fall morning here. Got the fog and the sun, and I think it's going to be quite excellent. I think we're going to go down by the beach, I think. We don't have everything perfectly planned for it, but it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully a video you guys have already seen and already enjoyed. But I thought that on the way there we can introduce the topic of this video, which will be a very similar car, my 1966 Barn Find S-Type, which I've had now for quite a long time, and not that much has been done to it. And I've decided that that's going to change, and I've decided how it's going to change. So the original plan when I bought the car was for my dad and I to do it up together. Then they ended up moving. My parents, they live quite far away, so it won't really be as much of a father-son project. And then I decided to do it up myself, and I thought, you know what, this would be a great project to work on my welding. And then other things came along the way, and I started doing this channel, and that took quite a bit of time, and building followers, and it's been a great adventure. And now with another kid, I realized I don't have the time to do all the welding and body work myself, because I haven't really done it before. So it would be a learning experience, and it would be a lot of hours of just being alone, very concentrated, trying to get everything to work out. I do still want to do a lot of welding. I bought a nice welder, but there are other things I could do on it. I could do small little things. Some other cars that do need maybe some small little patches in the future, and that could be a great thing to do there. I do want to fix some things on the XJ40, the rusty front wings, and some other things. So that would be a good small welding project for me. So I got in touch with a guy, a friend of the channel, who I've helped out a little bit with his XJS V12, and gone back and forth, and he is a very good body man and a painter. He has been doing his body work himself for forever, and he used to work for Volvo, painting their cars. Got a neighbor out there with their dog, and yeah, so he is going to take on the thing. I'm going to strip the car completely, and he is going to do the body work, and he's going to paint it for me. So I'm really excited about that, also because this is something he does full time, so it will go quite quickly, and he's been doing it all his life. So it will be a lot faster than I will do. I mean, we're talking the difference between me doing it over a couple of years or him having it a couple of months. So it's quite foggy up here. So that is really what is going on. So then the rest of the car restoration I'll do myself. I'll do the engine, we'll do all the suspension components, we'll paint all that up, do everything else, do the interior. But it will be really nice just to get a painted body shell back. And then yeah, it's a lot of work to put that thing back together, but I think it will make a big difference in the end. So I'm going to continue now on my drive to this Mark II, and when I'm back home later, we'll go and have a quick look at the Barn Find S-Type, and I'll show you really what I plan on stripping off. And I'm also going to ask some of you guys who have restored these cars in the past, or Mark IIs as well. I do have a couple of pieces of chrome I'm wondering about, how to really remove them without damaging it. Maybe you guys have some ideas. I'm back home now from filming that wonderful Mark II. It was a great driving experience. Gave me a lot to think about, manual transmission, what I'm going to do. And like I said, when I went there, that we're going to talk about the S-Type project. So just open up the doors for where it's sitting in here. Let's go inside and have a brief look at it. And I'll tell you, there are some changes. I've decided to change a couple of things, and I'll let you guys know that when we're in there. Sorry about the little bit of a mess. It's become a little bit of a storage place right now, just temporarily, with some old furniture. Gonna get rid of that. And that's also one thing that was holding me back. So to start welding in here, I need to finish the ceiling, put some dry wall and stuff in there so I can weld in here. And just everything became just such a massive project because I got to finish this part of the workshop first. So that's why I've decided to do this. Yes, it's going to cost a little bit more, but I will actually be able to see this car on the road, and that's really what it's all about. So everything will need to be stripped off the car. It needs to still be rolling, so it will still be on the front and rear suspension because he needs to have it rolling. And then when I get it back, I will remove those to restore all of that. I will remove the last of any fabric in here. We'll also remove the headliner because it needs to be replaced, and I'll try and remove all the sound deadening, all of that, so he can get in and weld. And also the glass front and rear screen, I'm going to try and get the sunroof out, figure that out. And I'm going to leave as much of the wiring in here as possible. Also in the engine bay, I'm just going to remove everything I can remove and then sort of leave the wiring, if I can, in place or to the side, sort of masked up. And then before I send it off to him, the plan is to degrease everything, because it's just a bunch of engine oil, I think, that's been sprayed on here for rust proofing. Degrease everything and power wash it and get everything as nice and clean. Same goes in the wheelhouses and everything. Just clean everything up as much as I can. But I do have some questions. If you have restored Mark IIs or worked on them, this piece of trim here, how difficult is that to get back in place? This one's in pretty good shape, just a couple marks here, but it sort of feels like it's just snaps into place. It's held onto here. So I'm guessing when you put it back on, do you end up chipping the new paint behind it? That's sort of what I'm wondering. So if that's the case, this is something that I maybe can leave on there as the only piece of trim I'm sort of afraid about removing. Everything else, no problems at all, but just don't want to damage it. I'm guessing I can't get a hold of a new one. And yeah, so if you are restoring a Mark II or have restored a Mark II or an S-Type, please let me know what you did with this trim on the side. Otherwise, I'm leaving the wheel in place so that he can steer it, but I will remove pedals and all things. I'll also leave the handbrake, because it actually works, so that's good for stopping it. I'll remove the hinges and all of that, I think, at least. And that's pretty much it. So yep, a lot of work, of course, to do before it gets sent off, but it will be really nice to get a body shell back, and then the body shell can go up into the other workshop for assembly and restoration of everything else in the engine and all of that. So that's the update for now on this project. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it, and it's really been going on for too long, but I hope you sort of understand my anxiety for starting, because I don't want to start cutting into things if I don't feel like I can finish it. I do still want to get good at welding, so I've decided that the XJ40, the small little rust things on that will be my first sort of big welding project, because that's kind of really small things, and if I mess that up, it's not really the end of the world. I feel I'll be okay, and someone can redo it later if it doesn't turn out well, but I'll do my best. And that will be, I think, my first sort of welding project on the channel. It feels manageable. It's just the rear arches a little bit on one side, and it is front wings a little bit, and I think I can probably handle that, and you'll see that here on the channel. Also, I'm going to let you know there will be a color change to this car. It will be an original Jag color. It just won't be the original color of this car. It will suit the red interior very well, I think, but that will be a surprise once all of this is done. Like I said, he's giving me a really good price. Of course, it's still quite a bit of money, so I have about half of it saved up so far, so hopefully by the time I have it stripped, I'll have the rest of it saved up, and I'll be able to send it off to him and get it back really, really quickly. And then yeah, assembly and that takes a long time, you know, restoring everything, putting it back, but hopefully that will go pretty well, and hopefully there will be no nasty surprises with the engines. I've got two of them, so whichever one ends up being the better one, I will restore and use it. I do have an automatic transmission that I'll probably end up using, but if I get hold of a nice manual, because I like driving it now, I don't want a Moss box, but if I get the later, newer full synchro box, because that's the correct for 66, then I'll try and get that in here. But otherwise, that might be a future upgrade. I've seen some 5-speed conversion kits as well, and you guys recommended that in the comments, but those are pretty pricey as well once I get shipping and everything here. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this little update, and I promise as soon as I can there will be videos on the whole stripping this thing apart, which I think you guys would want to see, and then it will take on a trailer and the journey 2 hours from here, where it will be turned around and looking really, really nice afterwards, I hope. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you want to follow along with this journey, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. So until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.